Hello, everyone. Good evening, or rather, good morning. Very early morning here, Monday morning in Malaysia. Now, I'd like to move forward with a topic that happened um, yesterday. I would say Sunday, right? About respect and a couple of things that happened in that one day. A series of events that got me to think about this topic on respect. The first one, and I know that that's the first thing early in the morning yesterday when I woke up and I turned on my phone. I saw a message by the Joshi man. If any of you are aware, the Joshi man is a 12-year-old boy. He's on Instagram right now, and what he does, he gives away cakes to mosques because what happened in his city, the mosques were being attacked by right-wing people who did not like people of other religions or other races, and they were doing destruction to and negative things to the mosque over there. And what they did was to counter that. They gave cakes and said, no, not everyone is like that. Not everyone hates Muslims, in their country. So um, that topic, that act of him giving cakes to mosques actually triggered hate and anger and also threats, death threats even, to this 12-year-old boy and his family. And that is something that I found being in a peaceful place like Malaysia. I was surprised, and I was like, really, I felt that um, what they have gone through must be really scary. And again, for us here, we take it for granted that, because we are living in a very multicultural, multi religious society. How can anybody give death threats to a group of people, or death threats through to people who want to be kind to another group of people, right? And this is something that goes back to the topic of respect and why it's so important to have this in yourself and in every society. And how do you do that? First, it comes with understanding people, learning to understand people, learning to respect others, learning to respect yourself so that you are not triggered by other people's success. Thinking that, other people's success means that you are a failure, that has got to stop. And this is something that we must remind ourselves and remind others as well. Number two is, I knew somebody who was sharing about him having an argument with his sibling because of a broken promise, something that was promised before in the past, and it was changed, and also because he is not making money, he is earning a lot less than all his other siblings, and that put him in a position of, say, the other people within the family to judge him because of his lack of money. And that again, it goes down to respect, that you value a person's life because of the wealth, of the money that he is having. If somebody is poorer, does that mean they are lesser off? And most people, that is what they believe in. That's what they think. If a person has less money, they're more vulnerable. They're not as valuable as other people who have money. And this is something, again, goes down to respect and the money mindset. Having that money mindset of, um you value people's lives based on how much money they have. And we get angry, when we see countries like, um going through wars, going through um challenges where people are uh, having, they're attacking the whole ethnicity of that country to remove that ethnicity of that country, of that place, uh to um create wars with people. We get upset when we see that. and we see how people do not value other people's lives, and we know you're like, oh, why can't there be peace on earth, blah blah blah. But when you look at your own family, do you do that? Do you value people based on, for example, their money mindset or the amount of money that they have? And that again is something that we must be aware of and make sure that we do not practice this. If we intend to be good leaders, good people, to have the blessings from our Almighty, do not have that. And number 3, another incident that happened is, I know this person, she had an agreement with her business partner, and the business partner is going to pull out of that business relationship, and not only asking for money that he has put in, but he wanted more, even though the company is not making money, he's going through a loss, and the person who invested the money was a sleeping partner. And he demanded that, and he even gave a deadline, and even threatened the person. Now, again, it goes back to our values. When you make a promise, you make sure you deliver that. If you cannot, you say that you cannot upfront. Now, when it comes to business, make sure that you have a signed contract. Anything that was promised that was not agreed upon must be in writing. So again, when people are desperate for money, they tend to threaten others, they say hurtful things, they break promises, they demand, especially if they see the person is weaker in certain ways. That again goes down to the money mindset, how people see money, how people see people or value people based on money, how people value others based on their backgrounds, their culture, their whatever it is, their differences. Now, this is something that's causing a lot of problems in the world. And this is something that we have got to stop. Now, us all here in the Equine community and also in the Resilient community that we will be starting in September, I would like to bring up all these leaders that we are developing to be resilient, to be kind, to have love and respect in action, not just about talking about love and respect, putting it on your status and giving talks and lectures about love and respect. No, it is all through action. And this is something I really believe in. This is something that I even practice on myself. And even though I do talk about spreading love and respect, I make sure that I do it in action. And this is something I'm also building this next group of leaders, that they are also building and leading with love and respect, starting with themselves. And you do it in your own family. Do it in your family. If you cannot even work it out in your family, how are you going to lead other people? So let's start with ourselves, in our relationships, in our family, and then we talk about applying it in your business and also within the culture of your business, in your community. And that's how you can have peace in your country, and that's how you can have peace in the world, when all the countries start practicing this good values of love and respect. And let's all start with ourselves. Right? Shall we do that? Shall we all start with ourselves? And I just want to remind everyone, I find that this topic is so important. I'm going to do a Miracle Money Masterclass, and I would love all of you all to be there. I would highly encourage you to be there, because this has got to stop about people thinking about, I don't have enough money, I've got all these challenges. You've got to stop it right now. Let's start to have this miracle money mindset within us. Like, you believe, you have that faith, and you know how to live your life, and how you deal in your relationships with regards to money, especially. If you have problems within your family, people arguing about money, whether you are arguing with your business partners about money, or if you yourself, you are upset about money, you have to attend this Miracle Money Masterclass. I've seen transformations within myself. I'm always adding in new things in my workshops. So if like sometimes you say, oh, I've attended yours already, come again, join in again, because you at every level is going to experience different things. Yeah. So let's go into that. And then I'm going to have forgiveness as well this month. And this is also so important because when people don't forgive, you will see how they speak, how they lead their lives. You can see through them sometimes the childhood trauma they go through, whatever triggers that you go through is because of the things that they have not released from the past. And you cannot move forward in your life. You cannot create a better world, happy life, or manifest things when you are still holding on to things that are not adding value to you, or you get triggered by them. Yeah. So do that. Two things that we'll be doing this month. And then we'll be starting our Resilient Community Masterclasses again in September. And that will be on personal growth, on your personal income growth, on your social impact creation, and on sustainability. And we have something so exciting that I'm planning on, which is on sustainability in food creation. And this is something we'll be doing also within August. And you are welcome to come and join some of the activities that we are doing. We're doing offline events. We are also doing some meetups as well. And I'd love to meet the people in this community as well, right? So lots of love and respect, everyone. I hope to see you there. And do DM me for the link to join in all of these upcoming programs. Lots of love and respect. Bye.